Mwanjito mulgeria wigeta senige Soko TV nigorireria barire na gwika Chinsa Isano na Ibere chabono mugaso chingakina kwarganirie Amayia Chinsa Isano na Ibere anonsia sori kansoike ryonyargo kwemanya egatia ryagendeta kwenekiwa kurwa Chinsemo au na ndonyore SMS ito ya Amayia nigo tuguchiko kumanya egatia ryagendeta kwenekiwa asinchire wenge na njedia nandemo una utambe na ndetiganda kwarigania SMS ya Amayia Chinsa Isano na Ibere. Murigeria toguchaka bene ni omwaziri omunene Musalia Mudavadi amwariganirie omwaziri wa mangane Chinsa Chisco kurwase ense ya Cote d'Ivoire huyo kurukwangania kaba asatebire bunane nchira yemo yensi ya Kenya kubwatana nense yo eribanyali bakolenta amonchorio asensemo yo bonchoria ensemo boigo yo bolendi na boigo kolenta amonchoria miense ya Kenya.
For Africa, delayed or blocked action has too often prolonged conflicts, worsened humanitarian suffering, and constrained international support for African-led peace initiatives. Reform, therefore, is not only a regional imperative, but a global public good for the future. Indeed, Africa's position is that the veto should ultimately be abolished. However, if it is retained, its application must be universal and non-discriminatory. Denying new permanent members the same rights and privileges would merely institutionalize a second-tier system of permanent inequality. Justice demands parity, not partial inclusion. Kenya reaffirmed its commitment to accelerated, comprehensive, and meaningful reform of the UN Security Council as per the Africa's common position. We also recognize that initiatives such as the France-Mexico proposal advocating for voluntary veto restraint in cases of genocide, crimes against humanity, and war crimes. While such initiatives do not substitute for comprehensive reform nor conflict with the African common position on the UN Security Council reforms, as encapsulated in the C10 model, they nonetheless represent important interim measures towards enhancing accountability and moral responsibility within the Council. The time for reform is now. Africa's voice must not merely be heard, it must be permanently represented where the most consequential decisions on global peace and security are made. I thank you.
Naboigo ekiama kia UDA kia bwatukire certificate ya nomination gochia soyo koliye kirogo kyobubunge David Keta hasibatebire bunambale no gosemeria bunambachiye gocha bunababwe asobo choli obwo bubunge ase constituency ya Murwa Decree yogotoka ase county ya Narok.
Members of the First Estate knows are usually very free and fair. In fact, I was a little bit sad to see a caption in the Daily Nation, our SG, the day before yesterday, saying that we delivered our gadgets one day after nomination. That was very responsible of the Daily Nation. And we are here to verify any information. I hope SG saw that caption the day before yesterday, that we delivered our gadgets one day after the nominations. We were able to announce our results 12 hours after the nominations. Anyway, members of the Fourth Estate, we must be truthful to one another. We have really cooperated. We have really worked very well. You are here to support our democracy, and it is always good to be seriously responsible. So, welcome our candidates. I know the job you are having is a big job because we must clinch these seats. Since we started doing these by-elections, we have clinched almost all the seats. Almost 98% of the seats which have been available, we have clinched them. And candidate, I wish you the best. And the people of Nyandarua, this is your campaign, which you must do, and you must get it right. The way we did in Ibere North, the way you have done in all the other areas, we must clinch that seats. To us, it is not a matter of life and death, but it is a matter of satisfying our constituents that this government, the UDA government, knows what is doing. The broad-based government is Leo on track. So we must, without much ado, Bwana SG, Bwana Kamodo, can you confirm, is there any appeal?
Let's Kamodo also come.
Kamodo.
Just come another
so that we can be able to send the certificate to our candidate, knowing that there is nobody who is contesting.
Ara sisi ni watu wa chama. Kwani mko na wasiwasi gani? Harambe! Harambe!
Nabigo manchito murigeria banyagitari akora County au nigo bono besokire na kuboria serikali kwene kyabo na ngwikirani yare eganga yabo asibatebire buna nigo batarakanu chibes cyabo banyari bagokora emirimo asigeke gitambe kibakibogo baboria serikali kwene kyabuna ngukire ko bakinia ebirogo eri banyari bagokora emirimo yabo buniganiri nigo batebire manchito murigeria bagendera no mugiro bakalitskwiriye serikali nabege kyombekeri kibatenere tabanyagitari mensi ya Kenya kirabage kubwatoka emibo yabo useganga yabo iribanyari bakwirana emirimo.
Mgomo wetu umeanza kirasmi. Mgomo ambaye tulikuwa tumewakilisha siku 7 iliyopita, leo tarehe 13 mgomo wetu imeanza kirasmi, na asubuhi hii tumeanza kuweka virago chini department mbalimbali hapa katika Embu and especially upande afya. Swala lile kuu ni kwamba hadi wakati huu kutoka tuwakilishe ilani ya mgomo, kaunti ya Embu serikali haijatuita tukae chini nao ili tuweze kuzungumza na watueleze watatulipa lini.
Mfanyikazi wa Embu County hana mshahara ya mwezi wa April na hana tarehe kutoka kwa employer mwenye anafaa kumpea pesa mshahara ya kujipanga kimaisha, hana ile tarehe, ameambiwa utangoja mpaka tarehe 20. Sasa hata mfanyikazi akiambiwa jipange, atajipanga vipi? Atajipanga kukaa bila mshahara yake siku 2, atajipanga mwezi 1 ama miezi 3.
Nabaigo mawaziri wachanu Adenduare hotebire bune serikali nigo yabikire mirobiro aho yogoche kwene kyabuna kubwatukero bokolerio bya gucia asaba nanche nigo baigatebire buna serikali mirobiro yonsi ebigetene yera kubakonya abananche banyale bakubwatukirwa obogwenya asentra eriebwenerete.
It's a national commitment to recognizing
I had to put my own
celebrating service, elevating the role models within the profession, and it will send a very clear message that dedication will no longer go unnoticed, and that the next generations will have leaders to look up to, leaders drawn from your own ranks.
The government of Kenya, through Waziri, we are very steadfast in ensuring that we are strengthening and empowering the nursing profession. The future of healthcare in Kenya depends on a motivated, an empowered, and a respected nursing workforce. And that is why, Waziri, I know you're very much, you're a champion of retaining our nurses.
In our support for nurses, we 3 years ago initiated a process to understand what is it that we can do that would make a difference for nurses. And from the feedback that we got from nurses, the one thing that was very clear is how can we elevate the image of nursing? How can we improve the profile of nursing so that nurses are valued in our society?
Nabaigo habare au kuruas Chinsa mo cha Western ngimoni county ya Kakamega nigo besokire na kwimurungania asibatebire bune serikali nigetari gwekeria amagendero chi county Chinsa ngimoni county yo asibayiboriya serikali nabaiga bare kuruas county ikwene kyamnangwe sokya bale eribanyale bagwekeranirwa amagendero nabaigo obwagachi au una chi county chinde Chinsa miensi ya Kenya.
Hakuna mtu anazifuatilia kuona kwamba zinaendelea ama zinakamilika. Na hizi miradi mingi kwa sababu wanasiasa, especially those old political parties and political leaders, wame create a mechanism ya kutumia hizi projects kidogo kidogo kama political bait kuhakikisha kwamba wananchi wanaweza kuwapigia kura. Lakini no one is interested in how those projects are being done and their completion. As we speak now, C41 imekwama. Hata mbunge wetu wa Lurambi amezungumzia mambo hayo jana or today. Ukiangalia hii project ya barabara ya airstrip imekwama. Even the governor has mentioned over the weekend. Ukiangalia hii yetu ya hapa Jamindas kwenda paka Bukura imekwama. The reason why imekwama, even today morning wanazungumzia barabara ya Malava Shamiti imekwama. Sababu gani? Barabara hiyo ilikwama kwa sababu walio launch that road for construction waliifanya kwa sababu walitaka watu wa Malava wafanye nini? Wapige kura. But post election nobody cares about the projects that are being undertaken. And at the end of the day we remain with white elephant projects. Ni nyingi sana.
Kwa sababu ile maagizo tuliagizwa haijatufikia. Awe mama mboga, awe bodaboda, awe yoyote. Hatuna manufaa yoyote. Saa hii Kenya yetu imelala. Tunataka maendeleo isaidie Kenya yetu.
Naboigo abantu batenete amangana gusama somo yechira berari meyensi ya Kenya nigo bayoboriye serikali korigia Chinsa baranyari bakwenyorera amasomo ayo nabigemerimo asjense Chesko nigo bayakwanaya asomo cyo Nairobi asibaburyo muri bensi ya Kenya kwene kyabuna weswana niare eriyo abantu bakonyora maigeri ayo banyari bakwenyorera emirimo Chinsa Chesko nakogendera na malimabo buna butambe.
It's very, very important to focus on the recognition for prior learning, which is an inclusive measure that will enable all our stakeholders who have acquired certificates informally, non-formally, to be recognized and to make their meaningful contribution to the growth and development of our country.
The skills that we concentrate on are the skills that somebody had learned but they have not gone to formal institutions to get a certificate. So what we do, we take them through some tests and we give them certifications.
Because we want to speak into qualifications across Africa, across the world. Wherever you get your qualifications, we want to work on requisite frameworks where you can come from anywhere within the world and you are placeable within a requisite framework that we are now going to discuss as African countries and be able to say that whether you get your qualifications formally, informally, in Kenya, in South Africa, in Australia, then you are placeable within a qualification framework.
Naboigo baraikuru ase county ya Vihiga nigo bachakire kumurikira bokoreri bwa barai ao ase county eyo asibatebire buna nigo ebirengo bibokurumi ase county eyo bigendete gukina asibesiko bakigotumeka bube naboiga magendero tayo akoliro goikira boniga ase county eyo machito murigira turatiga chinkwana chabarayabo.
What we have noted with concerns is that most of these chief officers that are in the office, they are there just to look for, enrich themselves and not to serve the public. And every time the elected members and the nominated members of this assembly, they visit, they go to social forum, public forum, they are blamed for not performing. But you know, our work is not to implement projects. Our work is to pass budgets and approve budgets. And the chief officers are accounting officers who are implementing projects.
Na komiti hizi zitaleta majibu kwa assembly in the next 3 weeks. Na wakati uchunguzi inafanyika, assembly hii imesema ya kwamba chief officers ambao wamekuwa named wa step aside, uchunguzi ifanyike. Iwapo watapatikana hawana makosa, basi watarudi kazi. Na kama wana makosa, tutarecommend kwa Public Service Board wachukue hatua zifaazo ili kwamba maafisa hawa wachukulie hatua zinazowezekana.
Na wikira mwanchito murigeria wigeta Sengen Soko TV nonko butorera Amayia asentra yo wenge kurenchukura Chinsa 10 no inyora yanda mange na bagensemo ya Marogoba na Chinsa isato chamarogoba tochkwene kyamnango koletera ture ali agendeta kwene kiwa asentra yo bwagale kuri ndasiboniga gendera kwego kyane 2 segeta Sengen tugen Soko TV urabutamenche kuruka Diana Ndemo na bego director ne kuri studio ya kabire director ngo J na rono kiribna Mariogine chibicha wikira asentra yo wikirano.
Soko TV, Uboroso